All right, welcome everybody back. This is GST episode 3, aka Gross Sports Talk episode 3. Glad to be back. It was a little break. Spring break happened for me last week. We were getting everything figured out a little bit, but here we are Monday talking some sports. Blake, how are we feeling, dude? Come on, let's get fired up.
Let's get fired up.
Oh, come on. A lot
We
of
got
news,
baseball
man.
coming back tomorrow.
Hey,
Go
look at
Mariners.
that. Baseball
Come
back.
on.
The newest Seahawk, if anyone knows here. Right here from my beloved
Dexter
Cowboys.
Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence now.
Bring the energy. Bring the energy.
D-Law, we call him. Hopefully he can lay down the law there in Seattle, but fuck him. Get out of here.
Absolutely. I mean, the Seahawks will be happy to have him. We're going to do a brief episode here. We're going to do about 30 to 40 minutes. We're going to talk about the Hurricanes. We're going to talk about some hockey, all the deadlines. Sorry, we're a week late. As Evan said earlier, we had spring break, senior year of college for both of us. And then we're going to answer some questions from you guys. And then to round it up, we're going to talk about March Madness. Everyone excited about March Madness? We're going to fill out a bracket together for GSP. And I'm not talking Georgia St. Pierre.
Come on, man. And if you're wondering, yes, we are in Raleighwood right now.
Oh, yes, we are.
Yes, we are. First class, baby.
Here we go. So the biggest trade of them all, as everyone knew the whole time, Rantanen has been acquired.
Just don't
by the Dallas Stars.
Oh my God.
And everyone knew it was coming. As big Hurricanes fans ourselves, we knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time. And if you look at it over the two trades, Necas and Drury for Taylor Hall and Mikko Rantanen, they basically just switched out Stankoven and 2 first-round draft picks for Rantanen, which I don't hate. If you look at the Hall all together, it's pretty good. No pun intended. Taylor
Hall. Oh, wow. I was waiting for that one.
He really has been unbelievable. I mean, they should work on signing him ASAP. He's been a great piece on the second line, sometimes even third line. And we'll see how Stankoven does. He's played a few games here. Looks comfortable.
Isn't Stankoven? He's playing more with the captain and Martinook, right? Isn't that what he's playing on right now? And
yep.
I mean, dude.
He's also on Power Play 1.
Yeah, Power Play 1. I have seen that.
As a second-year player, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think he's considered a rookie anymore. But
no, I love Stankoven on. I mean, obviously, like Marty Necas is still pretty young, but I think Stankoven can still with the 2 first-round picks too. So it's like, yes, we lost Necas and Drury, but like, dude, Stankoven and 2 first-round picks who could hopefully pan out. Hopefully, I'm saying, because you never know, but could obviously pan out to be another couple superstars. So obviously with Stankoven fitting in already better than Rantanen did, I feel like, it's only been a few games, but he scored a goal in his first game. Mikko didn't do shit in his first game. Okay. So I don't want to hear it.
You're absolutely right.
Come on.
And don't even let me get started on Jenkins Stank. Mr. Jankowski, 4 goals, 2 goals.
Yeah, come on. I mean, holy hell.
Incredible. He is incredible. Hurricanes on a 7-game win streak.
Woo! I mean, that doesn't get you fired up in Carolina. I don't know what
will. You on your feet. I mean, come.
Some big W's too against the Jets the other day, right? Or was that?
Yep.
The Jets. Yep. I mean, a 5-0 win for Piotr's, another shutout for Piotr against was that the Flyers?
It was, and Scott Morrow with his first NHL goal.
Yes, and I mean, Jankowski. 2 goals in his debut. Stankoven with 1 in his debut. I mean, that's 3 goals between the two. So hopefully the chemistry looks – I mean, not hopefully because it does already look a lot better between them. And I don't know. I think that obviously I've heard a lot of talk about that as well, as in like they were like, God, it just feels better because it felt like – I remember watching a couple of the broadcasts and they're like every time that they'd wake up in the morning, it would be so much speculation on Mikko Rantanen and what would be happening. It's like they couldn't really focus on hockey 100%. But now that everything's dealt with, Mikko's gone to Dallas. Hopefully, can't hate him. So, I mean, he is a little scum, but we'll get into that later. But he'll get into the
Oh, yeah. I was about to jump in there because I think you're absolutely right. You couldn't have said it any better. As Jarvis said, all they were talking about is
Yeah.
Miko staying? Is he resigning? The Hurricanes are just trying to win hockey games. They're not.
Exactly.
They shouldn't be worried about that. And that's all they were talked about. They weren't worried about, oh, Jarvis, how was your game? Oh, how'd you fight? No, is Rantanen signing? They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, they want him, but they want someone who wants to be there. And as Brendan Moore said, when he first was shipped off to North Carolina, he did not want to be there. So the locker room gets a sense that you see no effort out of him, and it hurts.
It does.
But some other big moves. The Ottawa Senators acquire Fabian Zetterlund from the Sharks. I mean, the Sharks have officially been eliminated from the playoffs as of last night.
Yep.
And with that said, they are going to ship off some of those players that they can get some draft picks for, or even some young guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if the Senators are going to make it. Obviously, they might, but they're just trying to.
Are they in the wild card right now, or are they still fighting for a wild card spot?
That's a great question. Let me pull up ESPN here.
Because, the Sens are a sleeper team. I mean, obviously, gosh, who was their Forsberg was their goalie, right? And then you have Ullmark as well. So, oh my God, did you see that save from Ullmark?
They're first in the wild card. My apologies.
Okay, I was going to say, did you see that save from Ullmark the other night?
Yes, that was ridiculous.
Holy shit, dude. That was nuts. But I think the Sens are a little sleeper team.
Yeah, I mean, as sleepers, you can see, I watch hockey every day, and I didn't even know they're in the wild card.
Yeah, exactly.
They're with 77 points. The Canadians, the Blue Jackets, Detroit, the Islanders, the Bruins, and the Penguins are all within 5 points.
Wow, that's really close. That's what we'd like to see. That's some good hockey coming down the stretch here.
That is great hockey. And then you see the Flyers are at 64 points, and they're second to last in the league. Or no, in the conference. So that's pretty crazy. That even the bottom of the conference still has a chance.
Like you were saying from the Sharks too, they're just kind of shipping out. I mean, obviously, I love this move for the Oilers to get Jake Walman from the Sharks. I think that was a great move. Obviously, their defense is, you have to have. I mean, what do they have? Ekholm on the first line with Bouchard, and then that's like, and then after that,
Ekholm has been injured too. I don't know if you're aware of that.
But really fell off.
I'm trying to see if we can get the exact date that Mr. Ekholm will be back. I haven't seen anything on it, but
Matthias,
if he doesn't come back for a while, that could hurt them. But
yeah,
Walman could play those minutes, and I believe he was on power play too, as Bouchard mans the first one. But another big team, the Maple Leafs acquired Brandon Carlo to shore up some defense, as the Bruins, even though they're close to a wild card, this is a rebuild year for them. Yep. I don't know if they're kind of fully rebuilding, which is surprising.
But, I know. I think none of us were expecting, Carlo to go, as well as, let's see.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. We knew he just come back. But on the bottom right side of the screen there, Marshy, who I don't know about you, but I could have said he would be a Bruin for life. But
I mean, everyone was thinking it, and then
right? I mean,
you got to think of the business side of the game, and that is, if you're going to get something for him, rather than they're not going to re-sign him next year anyway, you got to get something.
Yeah,
I don't love it, like, as the fans aren't supposed to like that, like the trades like this. But if you're going to get a second round pick instead of nothing, and you're going to give him a chance to go play for a good team and try and win another cup as his career is about to come to an end, you got to give him a chance.
You do.
And also, if you look at the middle right, how about the Avalanche made a plethora of moves? I mean, they had Lindgren before the deadline, which they traded for Jimmy Vesey, which we talked about in our first episode. They also traded for Brock Nelson.
Yeah,
of New York. I don't think anyone saw him going to the Avalanche, but he should fit well in that system. A lot of experience as a center, as well as Charlie Coyle, also from the Bruins. They said, let's get rid of everyone.
That's what I was. Yeah, it was like, wait, there was another one besides Carlo, and I forgot. They got Coyle now in the fucking. The Avs, man, I mean, they're really making a push here. And I don't know much that Brock Nelson has done much yet, but I know that he can add greatly to that second line there on the Avs. I mean, that
Absolutely.
offense is nuts over there right now. And, when they traded Georgiev for Blackwood earlier in the year, I like that for them. I think Blackwood is very solid for them in net, at least more than Georgiev is. But,
He's been great.
Can the Avs make a push? What do you think about that, dude?
I think they can. I mean, they have an incredible roster, a lot of depth. They kind of fleeced the Hurricanes.
Yep.
In terms of that.
They did.
But Tulski snapped back and he's grabbed Stankoven and 2 first-rounders.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think about Nikishin coming from Russia, who they are saying has offensive firepower and is as big as Jacob Slavin, if not bigger and faster. If that doesn't scare the league, I don't know what will. Another Russian on the Hurricanes. I mean, they are tough players. They play hard. I mean, I really do think, going back to what you said, I think the Avalanche can make a deep push. The West is stacked.
Yeah, well, for sure.
They're going to have to go through the Oilers or the Stars.
Oh, and the Star, yeah.
And then, there's this team, Vegas. Oh,
yeah.
Don't want to see them in the playoffs.
Nope.
As they just signed Aiden Hill to a 6-year deal, so he'll be staying out in Vegas. Get ready to go see him at the card tables after that deal.
All right, Aiden.
Aiden, how are we? Another acquisition, the Maple Leafs acquired Scott Lawton. The funny thing about that is, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a podcast that had him on, and they pranked him last deadline that he was going to Toronto. They're like, no, fuck you. I ain't going to Toronto, no. And now it actually happened.
Wow.
A year later.
I did not see that. That's
just a funny little thing. Last podcast, we went over Mikael Granlund and Cody Ceci from the Sharks to the Stars once again, just bolstering up the depth. The Golden Knights also acquired Riley Smith from the Rangers, former Golden Knight, so he fits in that system. And speaking of former teammates, the Tampa Bay Lightning acquire Oliver Bjorkstrand and Yanni Gord. Yanni Gord, former Lightning.
Yep.
Had 2 cups there, I believe. And the Kraken aren't going to make the playoffs most likely, so they're just trying to get some younger players. Michael Esimont, a 2nd-round draft pick, and a conditional 1st-round draft pick in 2026 and 2027.
Yeah.
That's quite a few picks for the Kraken, and those aren't players that you should be worried about losing. I mean, they're good players, but for that haul, you gotta let that go.
Totally.
And then obviously the big trades the Panthers made with Seth Jones. I mean, that's probably the biggest defensive pickup. He's been great so far. And we went over the JT Miller trade. That's been working out great for him. He's been getting almost a point a game, which is just incredible that you just hop into a new team like that. I know he played for the Rangers years ago, but that's over 5 years ago. And he hops right back in, new players, and it looks like he's been there for 5 years.
Yep. Him and Trocheck, man. I mean, shit, they're good. Panarin's going to be around for a little bit longer. I mean, obviously he's getting towards the end of his career as well, but he's still, basically a point per game player if you need him to. He's a great playoff guy as well. So the Rangers, we'll see what they can do, but I'm really just the West, dude. The West they're putting up a fight over there. The Avs and the Stars, like we said.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of Stars.
I'm sorry. It just keeps coming up.
Get them out of here. But, yeah, let's look at this. Let's take a peek at this.
Here are the standings updated as in a few days ago. We were planning to have this podcast, but we ran into a few issues. And no problem, though. We had some spring break festivities me and Evan had, so we couldn't make it. But these are pretty updated. Just a few point differential. You look at the top of the Atlantic there. I would think that is cemented, the 1, 2, and 3 seeds.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think those are pretty legit for the rest of the year.
As far as the Metro, Washington, Carolina should be in. Let me update on that 3rd spot.
I was going to say, I don't. They actually play tonight. Now that I'm thinking about it, they play tonight in Columbus, and one of my
They're
sleeper
at
picks of the
78
night.
points now. Hurricanes are 86.
Okay,
So, let's see here. If I could just get the Metropolitan.
I mean, look at that Pacific Division. Like, dude, Vegas, Edmonton, and LA. I mean,
So the
don't count
Rangers
LA
are
out.
Yeah. No, LA is a great team.
Yeah.
I've been watching them lately because they're one of the last games on of the night.
Yep.
But as far as the Metro, I would say the Devils or the Rangers are going to get in. It should be the Devils. I don't see them falling. But the Rangers have been hot. They've looked really good, which I hate to say because the Hurricanes do not want to run into them in the first round.
Please, God.
That is
Ever
the
since
last
this guy's
thing you
got
want
me
to
to be
see.
a Hurricanes fan, it's just like we run into the Rangers every time in the playoffs.
And
dude.
that is not a goaltender you want to see.
No.
Igor Shesterkin.
Fuck,
If
God,
I hear
hate it.
Igor
No,
one
I
more
hate
time, I'm gonna lose it. But
It's awful.
you know, that should be locked up over on that side. I think the Rangers are in no matter what. It'll just be if they're a wild card or a 3 seed in the Metro. I don't think they can make up the 2 seed. I think the Hurricanes have for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure, especially with this win streak they have going on, they should lock that down.
This win streak, as well as the low strength of schedule they have upcoming. Yeah. But as we head over to the West, which is stronger than
look
Wayne
at all those, like, oh my God.
You can look all the way to Utah.
Yeah, like,
and be like if I was in a coma and I came back and I saw Utah, I'd be like, all right, they might be like 3 or 4, but no, they're where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know, dude. I mean,
and then Nashville's almost in dead last after they picked up Stamkos, Marchessault, Brady Shea,
and signed Saros to a big contract too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm UC Saros, I'm pissed off,
dude.
But that looks to be. I believe Colorado will get that 3rd spot. I don't see them making up to the Stars. My apologies. They're 1 game away. They're 2 points down. So Colorado is 85 points. Dallas is 87 now. So that can easily flip-flop, especially after Colorado won against the Stars in overtime. But Dallas does have 2 games.
Are you hearing this when I'm sorry for everyone at home. I've had to change locations for filming this podcast, and I'm currently in a music room here at school at WSU, and there's this girl just ripping her vocal cords next to me, absolutely ripping it up.
I thought I heard something.
I mean, dude, she's just ripping the vocal cords. I mean, I'm about to go knock on the door and tell her to shut the fuck up. I'm filming important stuff over here. I mean,
we have big fish to fry over here.
I mean, dude, she's still going. It's been like 5 minutes. Sorry if you guys can hear that, but we'll try to lock back in here. I'm just hearing dude, she's ripping her vocal cords over here. Golly. But
yeah, back to that. I think the Avalanche will probably get the 3rd seed just because Dallas has 2 games in hand, and with only about 12 games left,
it's going to really down to it, dude. And I'm loving it.
I mean, this is the best time of the year. And then you think of March Madness, which we will get to in just a second as we finish this up here. Vegas, Edmonton, and LA still hold the 1, 2, and 3. I think that is secured. I don't see Vancouver or Calgary getting anywhere close. So might as well mark our eyes or dot our I's, cross our T's. Sorry, mix that one up. T me in.
T-U. Out of here.
Now we'll talk a little bit about the NFL, just the major trades, because we're trying to keep these episodes a little shorter. But
how about these trades, though, Toastman?
Major trades. I mean, as a Hawks fan, Darnold signed.
Yep.
Trade Metcalf, which I don't love, but they had to. And then they pick up Cooper Kupp. I know he's getting a little old as a receiver, but man, is he back in Washington and ready to receive that football?
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I mean, yes, of course he's old and he was battling injury last year. I'm not sure how many games he played exactly last year, But I mean, if you're gonna swap Lockett for anyone, like obviously you probably can't go younger. So might as well sign Cooper Kupp, who I think is obviously still better than Tyler Lockett. Cooper Kupp still got a couple years in the bag. But then again, just barring injuries, same with like this what we talked about earlier, signing DeMarcus Lawrence on the defensive side of the ball. DeMarcus Lawrence, as a Cowboys fan, I know that he missed a lot of time last year. So the Hawks kind of just praying that these guys at the kind of the back half of their career, obviously, I think DeMarcus Lawrence is like 32 or 33. Cooper Kupp's got to be 30 something here. So they're kind of just praying that these guys can stay healthy. But, would they stay healthy? I love Darnold for the Hawks. A lot of Hawks fans, I feel like, did not like Darnold coming over to Seattle. But, dude, if you're gonna let go of Geno, I mean, really, are you gonna be like, oh, I wanted Aaron Rodgers? Like, no, you want Sam Darnold after a great year last year. Obviously, didn't do anything in the playoffs, but that's fine. Like, it mostly for the Seahawks. Are they gonna get the playoffs this year? Like, probably not. So you just want to see kind of Darnold like develop a connection with JSN, who's in only his third year, so he's still developing. Darnold has it's a 3-year deal for Cooper Kupp, so you might as well get some connection here this first year to rebuild a little bit, and then draft a wide receiver. You never know.
That's a great analysis. I feel like you're a Seahawks fan just listening to this.
Never would call myself that, but I mean, they always got a second place in my heart, as obviously from Seattle. But I mean, like down to the bottom though, as we saw, God, if you have seen the fucking memes going around with DK Metcalf and George Pickens on the same team, I mean, holy shit!
If you're an opposing cornerback, you better come ready to play, go, whatever. I mean,
you better have a strap on the sideline, ready to go.
I was going to say that, and thank you for saying that for me.
Ready to rock. I mean,
trying to be professional, but at the same time, you might have to just actually bring one. I mean,
dude, let's be honest. Like, those are two scary fucking guys. And DK actually said that he's like, I'm not going to ruin George Pickens' 14 legacy he's created, which I'm not sure what legacy he was talking about because he's only been in the league for a few years and really hasn't done much. But, I don't want to get hurt by him. So, hey, I'll put my hands up here and I'll let DK just say what he wants to say. I'll let him talk.
All right, Mr. Metcalf. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Mr. Metcalf, I apologize here, sir. I hope you have a great year there.
Congrats on your engagement, sir. We are just friends.
We're just friends. Who's your quarterback?
Some would say they have 0 quarterbacks.
Come on now, you've got Mason Rudolph. I mean, but yeah, I mean that's another talking point we could talk about is who is going to go to the Steelers? I mean, what are they?
That was my main thing. I didn't want to even prepare for that. I just wanted to think off the top of our heads.
Yeah, I mean,
who would be quarterback for the Steelers and thrive? I thought they were going to keep Fields because he's a young guy. They're not a big throwing offense.
Exactly. Also, let's talk about they let go of Najee Harris now on the Chargers.
And he threw some shade at the Steelers facilities.
He said they were shit.
Yeah.
Like,
so have fun with that, DK.
Yeah, but I mean, so they got Jaylen Warren as their lead running back right now, who way more of a receiving back. So maybe we're seeing a little change in the dynamic over there on the offensive side of the ball for the Steelers. Obviously, defensive with Tomlin is going to be the same shit every fucking year. Great defense, but I mean, who is going to be at quarterback? Are they drafting someone? You're not going to rock with Rudolph. He's a backup quarterback his whole career, and nothing wrong with that. Best job in the NFL, some might say. But
sure.
Like, is it going to be Rodgers? I mean, Rodgers has signed nowhere yet. So, I mean, if you're a Pittsburgh fan, do you even want to see Rodgers? Like, I'd love to hear what Pittsburgh fans want.
The draft order to see if they could draft a running back. Steelers have 21. That's a good spot for a running back.
It is. So
you would want to draft them probably in the second round because of so many running backs this year.
Yeah.
Their second round pick is going to be, bear with me here for a moment,
like 53 or something like that.
The Seahawks got it via trade.
All right. See, so
I forgot about that.
You might have to take Omarion Hampton out of, I believe, North Carolina.
He did go to North Carolina.
So, because obviously Genty won't be there, but Hampton looked really good in the combine. But another big news as well. I mean, how about Devontae Adams replacing Cooper Kupp on that Rams offense, Stafford, Puka, Kyron Williams, I fucking love Kyron Williams. I think he's a workhorse.
He's a great player.
I love him. And now you have Devontae
Great
Adams.
fantasy player.
Great. Oh God, he is a fantasy winner. Some could say.
As we play in the same fantasy league year in and year out, and
you do.
man,
If I don't mind, I will crown myself for another victory here. And
very well done.
Thank you. I mean, that's what happens when you have Jamar Chase. He takes you places. And speaking of Jamar Chase as well, signed the contract, and he did with T. Higgins, as Jamar is now making over $40 million a year.
And they signed Higgins as well, correct?
Oh, they did. Same day. And Higgins
Wow.
they set records so that Chase is the highest paid non-quarterback now, and Higgins is the highest paid wide receiver too of all time. I mean,
and he deserves it. He does.
The Bengals just spent a bag, though. You know, you got Joe Burrow on that massive contract, Chase and Higgins, but
and who the hell is going to be on their defense?
That's what I was going to say. You know,
they going to be
downstairs. Where's the
high
D?
schoolers?
Yep.
Because they got rid of Hubbard, right? They're trading him.
No, Hubbard retired, and
Hendrickson.
Hendrickson is they let him go for trade. So it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
who are they going to put on defense? T. Higgins? I mean, come on.
Yeah, literally cornerback T. Higgins.
But I did want to go back to that. The Steelers real quick. Could they draft? Do you think? Well, not only Steelers. Do you think Genty is the first running back off the board? Does his small stature that cause concerns to NFL organizations?
I don't know. I mean, I think Genty, dude, his highlights are just like insane, and I mean his clips. And obviously, I'm not sure if his pro day has happened already, but I just think that that's a talent that you really can't pass up on. He's almost like a Bijan coming out of college and look how Bijan's panning out. And I think Genty's his ability to break tackles like that, like literally almost like he's wearing fucking pillows out there, just bouncing off like defenders. It was insane. Obviously, as a student at Washington State, I have had to see that highlight a little more than I would like to see during that third game of the season. I mean,
it's not too fun.
That run was absolutely ridiculous. And guess what? That wasn't his only run of one that game, but of two, like that whole last season. He had multiple runs where he just bounced off about 6 dudes. Like, dude, are you kidding me? So I think it's a no-brainer. He has to be the first running back off the board. Obviously, his getaway speed too is insane. But Hampton is a close second. Maybe
I was going to say Hampton, and then there was one other guy. I can't think of his name right now. But there were Judkins and Henderson. I don't think they'll be first, or they'll probably be second, third round guys.
Maybe late second, early third. But I wouldn't mind the Cowboys.
Think of them. They didn't get hit that much.
No,
because they were playing together, so they were getting half the snaps, and which just makes them more fresh. Which a lot of people don't think about is the biggest thing about running backs is they take the most hits. So the less hits you take, the more fresh you are.
Exactly.
But with that being said, I need everyone to get going. We are in March Madness officially, and here we go.
Come on.
These were the winners of the major conferences, the conference tournaments. The Duke Blue Devils, without Cooper Flagg, somehow got it done.
That was close. Did you see that game? Dude.
The UNC?
Yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, what is
I was at the bar for that one in North Carolina. A lot of North Carolina fans went down, and they were not too happy. I don't know if you got a chance to watch the SEC tournament. That was just nothing short of remarkable from the day one games. Everyone's like, oh, day one sucks. That was incredible.
Yeah, no, that was great. I love watching the SEC play basketball. They're fucking competitors over there.
WCC would be the Gonzaga Bulldogs once again.
Yep.
Mountain West, Colorado State. They're a sleeper team.
They are.
As far as the Big Ten, Michigan came back from down 10 in the second half. Dusty May in his first year as a coach at Michigan. He was at FAU, went to back-to-back Elite Eights. I know he went to the Final Four the one year.
I was going to say, Final Four.
As far as the Big 12, it was the Houston Cougars. They went through a gauntlet as well and got it done. Something about Keldon Sampson's teams, I mean, they just get hit. They get fouled. They foul hard. And, man, they can just get through whoever they need to.
H-Town, baby.
As far as the Big East. St. John's, Rick Pitino. Some thought he's a fossil already, but no, he's still coaching these guys, and he is doing great. And lastly, the WAC, as they call it over there, Grand Canyon.
Also a sleeper team, in my opinion, in this tournament here.
So to close this out, what we're going to do is
Come on. Let's do it.
we are going to
Come on.
make a bracket ourselves.
Let's do it, baby.
Here we go. We're going to collaborate on this here.
I think first and foremost, obviously, this year with how good the number 1 seeds are, I just don't see an upset being in the number 1. Like I'm
going to go out of my way right
Yep.
now
Just,
and select all number 1s
Give 'em
because
some
otherwise
clicks.
I'd be wasting my time.
yep, there we go.
Creighton and Louisville. I think Creighton. What are your thoughts on
I was going to say Creighton. That is the first quote unquote. Actually, not sure if they're technically underdogs, but as a 9 seed, you can count it. So I think that's the first upset. But if we're talking another upset, I don't mind a UC San Diego or a Yale here. Whoever you were thinking of the two.
I would be more comfortable with.
Okay.
That's
'Cause,
tough. I think Yale. I really
Yale's
do.
legit. I've seen some clips of them playing, and their offense, their 3-point shooting is fucking lights out. So, Lord knows in March Madness, when you have good 3-point shooting, dude, you can get. We saw
Especially
Jack
against
Goldie.
A&M, who doesn't score too much, but they defend really well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ole Miss wins whoever they play, either San Diego State or UNC. Chris Beard is the coach there. He has done remarkable.
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Yep.
I think Marquette wins.
Yep. And then obviously Michigan State.
Michigan
I think
State.
Michigan State, sleeper, a little foreshadowing here, could go pretty far in this tournament. I don't know.
We're going to throw Michigan State next because I couldn't agree more. What are your thoughts on Ole Miss versus Iowa State?
I'm leaning Iowa State, but that could go either way, dude.
I agree. I think Iowa State gets it done.
Okay, yeah.
I think Yale could win this.
I think Yale wins it too. You took it out of my mouth. I think Yale wins, and obviously, I think Auburn gets through Creighton in a closer game than some might think. I think
Yale beat Auburn last year in the first round, I believe. Yep. They're going to get some revenge there, and I think Michigan State wins that one.
I love it.
So we go back over to the East here. I think Baylor wins this game.
BJ Edgecombe and Baylor just get it done. And
I will actually see them in North Carolina. As a matter of fact.
That's sick.
I think Oregon takes care of business. Arizona.
Yep.
Let's try and speed this up a little. I think BYU wins. VCU is a good team, but
yeah,
BYU
I was gonna say. BYU is pretty good too. You have to give them one click here. I don't know if they get through Wisconsin next round though.
This one I'll ask you about because I'm not too sure on that. I favor St. Mary's. They have probably had the best team I've seen them have, watching them for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
So I think they do get past that first round.
I don't hate it. I think we put St. Mary's through second round.
All right. I think Bama takes care of them just because they have the number 1 offense.
Yep. Sadly. Bye-bye, St. Mary's.
This one I'll let you call.
Dude, I think BYU can get through Wisconsin.
Yep. I like it. Arizona, Oregon, I would say.
Oh, God.
This is literally a coin flip.
I know, dude. Fuck. I honestly, does Caleb Love have it in him, dude? Does Arizona have it in them? I just don't know.
I think they do, but I don't know. Oregon's been playing tough, but
they have.
I do think Arizona wins, to be honest.
Yeah, let's send them through.
And then I think Duke.
And can I get clarification here? I haven't been keeping up with Cooper Flag a lot. Is he out for the tournament?
I don't know. That's that we're not sure on that.
Okay,
but
I'm gonna give it a little quick Google search here to see.
Yeah, he probably won't play
will
that
affect
first
my picks coming up here.
Oh yeah, for sure. How about Bama BYU?
It's a great game.
I like Bama, but it's close.
I like Bama as well, and
we'll come back to that Duke one.
Yeah.
You think Gonzaga
is Cooper Flag expected to play an NCAA tournament? So I think we send Duke, but
Wait, you said he is?
He is expected to play in the tournament. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How about Gonzaga, Georgia? I like Gonzaga.
I like Gonzaga. I like him a lot.
Clemson, McNeese. That McNeese team is pretty damn good, but I
Yeah.
think Clemson beats them.
Clemson, I've seen a lot of people taking them as their dark horse, and Clemson could go pretty far. But I think they get through McNeese. I've seen a lot of people saying High Point over Purdue. I don't know what they're smoking because I think Purdue gets through them pretty
Purdue's
easily.
going to smack them in the face. Kentucky,
yes.
I don't know about this one because I could see.
Scary. I think if we want to go an underdog there, I don't mind that at all. I think it could be Texas or Xavier. I think we
don't got any money in this, so
exactly.
We'll do a crazy one.
Yep, Tennessee.
I'll take Tennessee. I think we'll take Kentucky. I don't know because then we could go Illinois.
Exactly. That's where it's like, ooh.
Should we do Illinois?
Dude.
Or should we do Kentucky here?
I think we do Kentucky there, and then that is the fucking game of the Sweet 16.
That would be insane.
That would be the game right there.
How about Gonzaga, Houston? Can Houston keep up with the physical play that Houston?
I think they do. I really do think they do. I would love to see Gonzaga go, and
I would too. Shout out Z Soliday.
Ollie.
What about Clemson, Purdue? I think Purdue has more experience, but as we saw last year, Clemson played really well in the tournament.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Another sleeper team to the Sweet 16, Clemson. I kind of like them.
And then I'm gonna go Tennessee here just because Kentucky's a little banged up. I think Gonzaga wins this.
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
Yep. And then I think I think that Tennessee Kentucky game is going to be great to watch, and I can't wait. Hopefully, they both make it there. But
I think Tennessee beats Gonzaga.
Yep.
Rick Barnes, a great defensive-minded coach. Take St. John's, Arkansas, Kansas. I'll give that one to you because I don't know. That could go.
I kind of want to give it to the fucking Razorbacks there in Arkansas and say Arkansas, but no matter who they play, St. John's will win that next game anyways.
You read my mind on Arkansas.
Yep. Mizzou and Drake. Fuck, dude. Drake is always in this tournament, dude. They're always
Drake
here.
Gets it done. Just
They're
because they really slow them down. The way they play, they play really slow. And most teams can't slow down.
It's going to throw them off. I think
Drake wins. Memphis or Colorado? So I saw a stat earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Every 5 seed that is an underdog, betting underdog has lost as a 5 seed to a 12. As a betting odds, if that makes sense. Colorado State, I think there's no way UConn loses.
Yep, at least the first round. I think
Texas Tech there.
Yep.
Maryland.
The Terrapins. Florida. I have to give it to Florida.
Florida again.
Yep. And here's where I am going to say.
Or Texas Tech.
I think Texas Tech is a great. They're both great teams, and I think that's another fucking sleeper game if they both make it to the Sweet 16. Which would be a great game. But no matter what, Florida takes down both teams. I think it's a better game.
I agree.
I think it's a better game, Florida, Texas Tech, than it would be Florida, St. John's.
So we'll go Duke since Flag is playing.
Yep.
I think we go Duke again. I think we go Auburn.
Yeah.
And then I think Florida beats Auburn.
Yep, and a great fucking game.
Duke beats Tennessee, and
here it is, Jim. I told you before this podcast started, I'm taking Florida all the way. That team is something else, dude.
And let's do it.
Oh, Florida.
Total points, I'd say 140.
140. All right.
And we will submit that bracket.
There it is, Florida Gators. You guys come back here to fucking GST episode 3, and you'll see Florida winning. And I'm telling you, Florida, Duke, great fucking finals. It will be one of the best.
It's going to be great.
Team can ball, man.
But to finish this off, I mean, love doing these podcasts. Nothing but fun.
Mhm.
We're going to see all our fans. Don't have many yet, but we're going to build that community.
Damn
And
right.
we're going to post a bracket on Twitter that everyone is able to join for free. And we might even do some prizes for the winner. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I think
let's
we'll
do
do
it.
some prizes. I haven't even told Evan this, but we have some great news coming up here in a
That's
few
right.
weeks.
You told me, but you didn't tell me what the news was.
The news is we will have a former NFL quarterback on a podcast with us, Hugh Millen.
Wow.
So we are going to have one of the smartest football minds ever
That's
on
awesome.
our podcast. And it'll be fun. I mean, we're going to throw up a lot of questions. So if you guys have any questions for a former NFL
Yeah,
quarterback,
please let us know. Just
please let us know. We will ask him. Obviously not going to ask him anything weird because he's our friend. We're not going to do that to him. But once again, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to fill out a bracket. We probably will do a prize for the first and second place. But yeah, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're going to be on Spotify. Should be getting that posted today on Spotify.
all right.
Yeah, we're just trying to get everything going. And thank you guys for tuning in.
All right, let's do it, man.
Peace out.